Hey, everybody, this is Mary.
And this is Julie.
And you are listening to the High Priestess Hype Club. There we go. The lady on Zoom said we're recording. Here we are.
Oh, well, then we must be.
We must be. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hey.
We're both like, how? Hey.
Well, we just got through with our work day, guys. So we're recording more towards the end of our day. I think that's part of it too.
We'll pep it up. We're
good. We're good. Listen, we've got. So today's episode is about Mabon, one of the pagan holidays. And we wanted just to talk a bit about that. Even if you don't consider yourself pagan, it's the autumn equinox. And so there are things you can do for that as you prepare for here, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, the colder and the darker half of the year. So when I was studying, when I was a baby, which I guess if you want to say, and I was, there was a time I was a baby, which, we're studying the holidays of the year. And one of my teachers said to me, hello, Kirk. He said, listen, Mabon is the time you get rid of all your stuff. You have to do it all before Mabon, because if you don't, you're planting the seeds for the new year. You're going to carry it into the next year. So if you got to get rid of stuff, you got to get rid of it before Mabon.
Oh, right. Because Samhain's next.
Right. So, and that's Halloween.
Time to get that dumpster.
Right. Right. I mean, that's what this holiday is about, guys. So that's really what we're talking about. This is the second harvest. So we had the first harvest at Luganasta, and now we have the second one. So now it's like gathering everything together to go into that hibernation time. Yeah. So it's an important holiday. Yeah. And I, of course, I'm always like the week before, like, is there anything I don't want to carry with? Like, wait, do I need to get, like, what am I doing? Like, there's always that, like, for me, this like last minute, like scramble to get rid of stuff.
Right.
And then like we're going into winter.
It's a fire sign trying to work with some Virgo energy. That's how it goes. I do it too.
It's true.
And they were like,
see, guys, right.
Hey, none of us are perfect here. It'll be all right. Even if you just get some of it out, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
It'll be okay.
It's true. And it's an awareness, right? It's an awareness.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's important. This year, Mabon falls on September 22nd. It's early in the morning, 8:44, I believe. I have notes here. 8:44 a.m. Eastern time.
Full day.
Yep.
Full day.
Full day of Mabon. So yeah. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things you can do on Mabon for the autumn equinox, and some of the colors and things you can kind of work with, even in manifestation, sort of ride the seasonal wave, because it really is the season of the witch. Hey. So what do you think about it, Jules? Like, what are some of the things you think about it?
So for me, it's a lot of like, well, I mean, it's like, if we were trying to start getting cozy last time, we're getting real cozy now.
Yeah.
We're getting deep in the cozy,
mm-hmm.
right? It's all warm colors, more brown, less green, right? More reds and golds and browns, orange, less green. Let's see. What else do I think about? I mean, I'm thinking about pumpkins. I'm thinking about apples. I'm thinking about like temperature change. Like things are going to start getting darker. So we need to be prepared for that time when we're like, where's my seasonal effective lamp? Like, what are the tools I need to carry in with me to make sure that I can take good care of myself during that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even if you don't
important.
like the hot weather, which I don't, we're still riding the high of like, it's a lot of vitamin D and that helps. So, but yeah, I think preparing that way, getting out all your good, like, it's so mean. I'm like, just getting out all your cozy shit. Do you have special blankets like I do that don't come out until the winter and the fall? Yes. Do I have a truckload of pumpkins that I'm going to bust out soon? Yes. Okay. Am I kind of basic? 100%. Have I been drinking pumpkin coffee since September 1st? Absolutely. However, that's okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So good. It's so good, because
I just hyping myself up? Maybe.
I think a lot of people would agree with this. I am a summer girl. I love the summertime, but I can say, especially being in Massachusetts, when the leaves are really turning and it's getting cooler in the air, but we still have that warm weather. Like, it's that fall, beautiful time frame that we have before it really goes to hell when it hits wintertime. Forget it. Like I tell everybody, come visit us, except in January and February and the beginning of March. Just avoid those months. Just don't. Even if you love snow, it's just an awful, dirty snow here. Just don't. There's nothing pretty in the city of Boston with snow. Unless it first falls and it's nighttime. You're like, oh, before someone's like run over it. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of stuff. Or thrown something on it or, whatever. Anyway, I digress. So I find the cozy stuff like really just so, it makes me feel so good that we're going into fall and kind of preparing me for the winter. It's that glow of those colors and like just like still feeding my soul. I know that sounds.
Yeah, and you can carry. Oh no, I think that's great because it made me think too. Like, and then you're gonna carry that over into like a hearth kind of glow. Like it turns into like that fireplace hearthy kind of like thing, vibe situation, right?
Yeah,
you were talking about too. I remembered, that when you were here this time last year and like all the leaves were like falling and you were like, is this normal here? This is beautiful. And I was like, oh yeah. It'll be good again. Like sometimes you take it for granted where you live or whatever, but like,
yeah, it's true.
It's a pretty time.
It is a pretty time. So I think being out in nature around this time is really cool. Like if you can get out in a place that you really love. I know like for me, I love the beach, but it's getting cooler. So then I have to go to like other places to kind of get my fill of that. And I need to be outside at times, like for just my own self-care, like you said earlier, like preparing those things for when you need comfort. This is the time to prepare that and to understand like what you're going to need this season. So buy the warm pajamas. I'm all about warm pajamas and slippers.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just
cozy,
saying,
comfy.
Yes. Right. And I also think it's a good time to really like reflect on the past year since we're going into that fall time frame. It's like, well, so, I did a bunch of things where I came out of the darkness last year, came into the light. How did that work for me? What am I going to do this year? Because you have more time on your hands. We're just not, again, in the Northeast, especially, there's times we just can't go out. Or if we do, it's, forget about being stressed up with good hair and leave your heels at home. It's just not going to work out well. So it's also those times that you might be like hanging out at someone's house and just being cozy or whatever.
Yeah.
So what about those things do you need to feel good if that's some of the stuff you're doing? So
right. And some people that might be like decor stuff. Others it might be like a nice book. It could be like refreshing your altar. It could be, whatever that pulls for you.
Yeah. And I do know people that, and I know, Julie, you're one of them, that change over their altars with like, new tablecloths and new colors and different candles and, kind of like it's representing things differently on our own personal altars or our own, just decorations. Like the hair salon I go to, they change the decorations, for each holiday. So now we're getting more fall-y with sunflowers and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah,
so
cute.
Yeah, it is really cute. And I think also thinking about what kind of things that you want to accomplish over the next year. So what kind of seeds do you want to plant? Like some people start, I talked about before, guys, I got to start my exercise routine again. It's like, this is the time to do it because you're getting rid of like some of the old stuff and you want to like get yourself ready. Like we always have that phrase, like,
Well, we're on the getting ready so we can be ready. So we don't have to get ready. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. But I'm still on we're trying to get up to the plateau where I am ready. So I can just stay there.
Right. So I'm about down here somewhere. It's like, but I'm coming up, as they say. So but that's a lot of the stuff you can also think about this year, guys. It's like, well, what am I going to do now? Like thinking a little bit further out into the future other than I'm going to be inside all winter. Well, maybe you don't have to be. And it's not just for snowboarding.
Oh yeah,
it's other reasons. So that's something I'm going to try this year, is to kind of plant those seeds for myself as to what I want to grow for the spring. The other thing that you can do is a lot of the colors of Persephone, like we were talking offline about, this is the time of year where Persephone runs off with her boyfriend, husband, mom, the guy that mom doesn't like, Hades,
right?
To become queen of the underworlds. She's packing up to leave mom. So that's getting a little tense there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure mom's like, you have to go. Do you have to go?
Yeah.
Do you have to? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Going to see my man. Yeah.
Right.
So it's like a lot of like the pomegranate color, that kind of like deep maroony color too, the blacks and all that kind of stuff. But, if you think about her story, I mean, she just, I think she might have fell in love with the wrong guy in her mom's eyes.
Yeah.
And guys, I choose to believe that version because we refer to her as the queen of the underworld. So it's like,
yeah,
Persephone knows how to, work with her man and her mom. She's fine.
I prefer that to a victim story.
Right. Yeah, that's an excellent way to say it. Yeah, thanks, Jules. Thanks for saving me there. But it's true.
No,
it's like
good.
I rather look at it that way because like I said, she's more in power there. She's strong. Yeah. So I like that for her. And I'm sure sometimes she's like, well, all right, I gotta go back to mom. I'll see you in 6 months. Bye.
Right.
If he's aggravating her, she's like, I'm leaving. It's good. I gotta go anyway. Right.
I'm out for a little bit.
Hecate, what are you up to? What are you doing?
What are we doing? Let's go.
Hey, do you want to I need to get out of here for a while.
Have you read Lore Olympus yet? Because it's so good. I'm going to have to get those for you. Yeah. You will know. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I need to get those for you.
Yeah. So, so with manifestations also, if you're doing law of attraction kind of stuff, this is stuff that you want to bring into your life. So stuff you want to release and bring into your life. Go ahead. Jules.
Oh, I had an idea earlier before we started talking about Persephone, but it's coming back around. Yeah. Where you were talking about like planting the seeds and like apples are a good thing. I'm sure there's like kind of like apple seed spell kind of thing that you could do.
Yep. Yeah.
Where even if you don't like actually plant them, but like you could use that as a representation of like, I want to grow this in myself and this in myself and this for myself and take that intention in. So continue. I just was going to.
Oh no. Now I'm like, I love this. So like if you take the seeds from the apple, you put them on a plate, right? And then you write your intentions of what you want to grow. If you can't plant them, like if you live in an apartment or whatever, I mean, you can always give them back to the earth.
Right.
But also it's like, it's the representation of the growth. It's the representation of planting the seeds.
Right.
Right.
You charge them on your altar. You could even like bury them in some like soil or something on the altar with that idea. And
right. Or also you can put the apple there on the plate too. So then like you can leave the seeds from one and then you could have the apple. So like to bring in all that energy.
To take it in.
Within.
Ooh.
So just saying, guys. So see, like be creative witches. Be creative witches. Right. So this is a lot about, thank you.
Manifestation.
So this is manifestation. This is a lot about taking what you want to bring into your life and what you want to release. So you want to use language, even if you want to say about releasing something, it's more of like, I don't say, use language like, I release this, as opposed to, I don't want this. Your mind is going to
don't think of a yellow truck. All you're going to think of is the yellow truck.
The yellow truck. Right. So use more positive language because your brain, and this is scientific, guys. This is not just like woo, but your brain really does love the more positive. It gravitates towards that. So when you use that language, anything that you're working on is going to be accepted easier and more like, okay, I want to hold on to this. I want this in my life. It's more readily accepted. That's a better way to say it.
And look, if you want to be hella Virgo season witch about this, isn't there a full moon like a few days before Mabon that you could use to release whatever you're done with?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a full moon eclipse in Pisces.
Oh shit, that's right. It's eclipse. Okay, maybe not. That's going to be wild.
Well, that'll be like, I mean, that could be unexpected
endings. You gave good advice about how to do this in our astrological forecast episode that I should probably go back and listen to because I think we had some good ideas about how to handle that. Maybe I'll use it. Here comes Ricky.
Right. Hi, Ricky. Wait.
Welcome to the podcast, Ricky. How are you today? Quiet. Usually during meetings, he's very loud. Now he's quiet.
Now he's Richard. Like, what? Hi, Richard. Okay.
Continue.
So if you're doing things at eclipses, those are unexpected endings. Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll go back to talking about Persephone for a minute. And I like to think of Persephone, if you study her at all, she is a badass. She's just a badass goddess. So if you want to bring some of that into your life, think about the story of Persephone. Or what I love about Persephone is she's able to handle the regular worlds, and then the underworlds, the place where, your darkness is, what? We just got it familiar with us. What are we going to do? That's just how it is. What are we going to do? He wants to be part of it. So everyone, that's Ricky. Hey, Ricky. That's little Ricky. He's the boss, by the way. Ricky is the boss.
Y'all, he sits right next to me all day. He takes up over a third of my desk just with his own little sleeping place because
he's supervising you. Right.
And I love him.
And it's mega desk, really. She has a mega desk, by the way, guys. She has a mega desk. So,
if you know the mega desk reference, we love you as well.
Exactly. Yes, there you go. And if you don't, then look it up because it's pretty funny.
Look it up. It's funny.
Look it up. So, like, if we think of that kind of energy, we want to bring the Persephone, like, I'm the strong person in the world. Yes. And doesn't necessarily have to be genderized either, guys. It's like,
right.
If you just want that strength, because why not? Then you can tap into her story and think about, if you have to balance two worlds, draw from her strength to do that and her story. Yeah. So that's something you can do too.
It is.
Ricky and his starfish.
Knocking things down.
Right.
If you're listening to the podcast, check out the video episode on YouTube for all of the
Ricky shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Ricky shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ricky shenanigans.
Ricky shenanigans.
You just see a random disembodied tail go across my face every once in a while.
So, what do you think? What else? Simmer pots are great during.
Oh, yeah. Simmer pots are good. I mean, if you're to the point where you're like, I'm ready to drink some cider, put some intention in your hot cider. If you're, witch up that PSL if you want, like, but like it's, it's a continuation. It's always, more bread, more apples, more leaves, acorns, pine cones.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Those are great things to put on your altar. Also, guys, from another old teacher that I have, bless him, hi Stuart Ochani Lele, he used to teach us to do a lot of like magical work on leaves. So if you can find a leaf outside and that there's things that you want to kind of call to you, like if you saw Practical Magic, I mean, that leaf spell of hers isn't that far off. You can write on a leaf and send it on its way to send it to the universe, Yeah. So you can always do that. Cause that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, where Sandra Bullock goes out to bring back her law guy, and she sends the leaf out for it to go get him again. And I mean,
I'm crying.
I know. Right. Because that's just so sweet. What a story.
Sweet.
Yeah. What a sweet story. So it's all possible, guys. That's the thing with manifestation and magic.
But manifestation
and magic, anything really is possible. We just got to believe. We really got to believe it in our bones, guys.
Yeah.
That's what we want and deserve.
Right. And remember that it's not instantaneous. Nope. Especially the bigger the thing that you want. So
that's true. Parking spaces are easy to manifest quickly, guys, because it's just a parking space. But if you're trying to manifest like a new house, you got to give yourself a little bit of time and work with that.
Right.
It's a little different. Right. So sure. Yeah. Should you be able to manifest it right away? Absolutely. Are we humans in a light enough vibrational state where we can manifest stuff instantly? No, we're too densely heavy energy. It's too dense. It's too heavy. So we can't yet, guys. That's why we got to work on this stuff.
Right.
Sorry, exactly. We're getting a little woo on you, but it's true. Like it's the more we practice it. It is a woo.
It's
what am I saying?
Show.
But if you practice your magic, and whether that's manifestation or whatever it is, if you practice it, that's what makes it stronger and better. And that's what makes us better. Oh, so I'll tell you guys this real quick. I was talking to a friend of mine recently.
Yeah.
And, we're both single. Right. So she said to me, it's hard to meet people at our age. And I said,
yeah,
I meet people. I'm not interested in dating most of them, but yeah, it happens, as we know. So I said to her, she said, I just want somebody who can like come to the table equally financially. And I said, is that really all you want?
That's it.
That's it.
Right.
And she was like, well, I go, no. What you really want? Like, I go, and I need to do this too. Like, what do I really want?
Right.
And she was like, all right, I want him to be this tall. I want him to look like this. I don't mind tattoos, but I want, if you have tattoos, they shouldn't be anything too crazy. Like, and she started to like put it together. And I go, see, now here's the thing. What happens when you do that? Now you're forming the picture in your mind too.
Right.
Right. So now when you're out and about and you see someone that matches that, oh,
right.
Okay.
Right. And you put like the less visible qualities in there too. And then you get to know if they have that as well and all that kind of stuff. Right.
Right. So if, folks, if you're trying to manifest something, this could be a house, this could be a job, you need to have some detail, something about what you want out of that job. I want a job that pays me way above my budget so that I can enjoy my life and travel 5 times a year. That's not a bad thing, because what that means to you and to me could be 2 different things.
Right.
So put some, like your energy in it so that it can manifest. It can't just be, I want to find a relationship.
Okay. That's a wide spectrum.
That's wide.
And a lot of different axes about that.
Right. So right. So you have to say something more. Is this someone I want to travel with? Is this someone I want to go dancing with? Is this someone I want to have fancy dinners with? Do I care about that? Do I want someone that I can go to the casino with once a week? Hey, I don't care about gambling at all. All right. That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, you have to think about the stuff you like to do.
Right.
I need my alone time. I need to have someone who understands that maybe like I need a few hours on my own.
Right.
And they got a few hours on their own.
Go all the time. And they need to be okay with that.
Right. Or they can keep up with me half the time. So see what I mean, guys? Like, this is like stuff. This is how manifestation works. You got to get something. You got to form it a bit. It can't just be, I want a relationship, because the universe will give you things, but also it may be like, well, let's give her this relationship so she can learn a lesson. Ha, been there, done that. I don't want any more of those. We don't need to go through the graveyard of my ex-boyfriends and ex-husbands, but trust me, I've got that down. No, I'm done with the lessons piece. Thank you very much. So, but you know what I mean? Like, that's guys, like, that's what you got to tell the universe. And I know it's woo. It's not the secret, because you have to do the work to get it. Like, I can't just say I want this person to show up like this and then just sit in my house and hope they drop in through the ceiling. Why that would be convenient. That's not how this works.
Right.
I'd actually pay for that, I think, if I could just have someone fall in through the ceiling. But again, it probably costs a lot of money.
Stuff like that wrong ways, and then like like your roof blows off.
I just realized can't. I don't know.
See, so this is the kind of stuff that you don't do during an eclipse.
See, right, or just got to be careful. The words are the power of the tongue. Those words are very important. So good reminder, Jules. Thank you, because I can come up on my little tangents, and then what you say, that your thoughts and your words, your body and your attitude's going to follow, guys. So
right.
And this is a good time to work on that, because it's the darker half of the year. So stuff you want to release. Well, we just came full circle on that, didn't we?
I guess we did.
So I will do my regular questions.
Awesome. Go on.
Yes. Oh my God, this episode. Right.
Now he leaves.
Bye, Ricky. Julie, how can people find us? If you want to find us after this, guys, please. I want to hear from you.
You want to listen to us some more?
Right.
You can find us at our website at hypeclub.live. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at High Priestess Hype Club. Email us at highpriestesshypeclub@gmail.com. Find Mary at her website. Find me around at Which I'm Trying. And hang out with us.
Please, we'd love to hear from you guys. And if you have thoughts about shows, whether a show you've listened to, you want to hear more about, go ahead, Jules.
This will literally be a cut because it's the wrong week because we're doing a live this weekend. Oh, no, but you get that part because we're going to do a live on Halloween, right? So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to do an old school Julie Mary style live that we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun. We are doing one on Friday the 13th, but that will have already happened when you hear this. So come to our Halloween one. It'll be awesome. Come to our Samhain one.
And if you want to have us do more lives, you should let us know that too.
Yes, please.
Right. So guys, as we always want to let you know, we appreciate you listening and you are magic. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at High Priestess Hype Club, and subscribe to us on whatever platform you're currently listening to us on now, because we're back every Thursday to hype you up. Email us at highpriestesshypeclub@gmail.com and tell us what you think. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.